Salut Yann et bienvenue encore pour aujourd'hui. Alors, aujourd'hui, on va continuer à étudier les héros, les héroïnes. Love saying that word. Right, guys, we're carrying on. We're talking about heroes today. We're going to test you on it. We'll do some reading, we'll do some listening, we'll test your vocabulary to see how well you know this part of Module 1. Such an important part of Module 1. If this comes up on your speaking exam, this is seen as a more complex, higher level point of Module 1 to discuss, so I will definitely be asking you questions on this. Today, we're talking about our heroes. Let's get started. Alors mes petits, vous savez ce qu'il faut faire. S'il vous plaît, inventez la date pour moi et copiez le titre du genre qui est « Qui admires-tu le plus ?» Et ici, vous avez le contrôle de post-it. Vous savez ce qu'il faut faire. Comment dire les 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 choses en français aujourd'hui. Mettez-moi sur pause quand tu es prêt, quand tu as répondu aux questions ici. Recommencez la vidéo et on peut commencer. Alors, première pause, bon courage, on y va. Hello mes petits, donc, right guys, if you've restarted me, you're ready for this. So today, we're testing you on heroes and we're going to see how well you know this vocabulary. I've got two really strong activities for you. The reading today, I really like. It's that perfect GCSE mix of language you don't know that you have to work out. The listening as well is looking at some different heroes, which is going to really challenge you today. All of that is coming to be a success. You've got to know these 6 things and I control the post-it. They're so important to make sure you can describe and talk about your heroes. So let's go for it. Numéro 1, le verbe to have en français, c'est le verbe avoir. Voilà, you have to know this verb inside out. C'est si important. Numéro 2, he, she, has, il, elle, a. Learn verbs off by heart. They're so useful when you have to speak and use your French. So avoir, j'ai, tu as, il, elle, en a. Nous avons, vous avez, ils, elles, ont. The only reason I know that is because my French teacher at GCSE made me learn these verbs off by heart. Alors, numéro 3, he or she is. We're not using avoir anymore. We need the verb to be, which is être. So, donc, c'est je suis, tu es, il, elle, ont, et est. And it goes nous sommes, vous êtes, ils, elles sont. You need to know those verbs off by heart. Alors, numéro 4. She has given. C'est au passé maintenant. Donc, elle a donné. Voilà. You will see this verb in all your 4 languages exams. Donner is the verb to give. This is obviously in the past participle. It's an ER verb. He has worked. Il a travaillé. Remember, travailler is a verb to work, not to travel. The verb to travel is voyager. Et finalement, he or she has won. She has won. Elle a gagné. Voilà, gagner is the verb to win. It's also the verb to earn, which I love. So when you want to say like you earn however much from your job, in French you say I won this last month, which I really like you win the money that you spend. Alors, donc, ça c'est le vocabulaire pour aujourd'hui. On va commencer avec un contrôle de vocabulaire, mais avant de faire ça, une activité pour vous faire penser. Alors mes petits, on va commencer avec pique-nique, c'est contre le montre aujourd'hui. On a fait cette activité avec nos partenaires normalement, mais malheureusement, on est toute seule à la maison, donc on va faire ça toute seule. J'ai un minuteur et je vais mettre 30 secondes sur le minuteur sur mon portable. Donc, et je vais commencer avec la première boîte ici. Il faut choisir quelque chose. Il faut après ajouter la prochaine boîte, et il faut toujours recommencer dans la première boîte ici. Je vous donne un exemple. Donc, si je considère qui j'admire, je dirais que. Si je considère qui j'admire, je dirais que mon héros s'appelle Mr. Ennis. Si je considère qui j'admire, je dirais que mon héros s'appelle Mr. Ennis. C'est un professeur célèbre. Alright, back to the start. Si je considère qui j'admire, je dirais que mon héros s'appelle Mr. Ennis. C'est un professeur célèbre. Il est. Si je considère qui j'admire, je dirais que mon héros s'appelle Et voilà, le minuteur a lancé. Donc, so Mr. Ennis, after that 30 seconds, is going to take some away. Voilà, et donc il faut recommencer. I've restarted my 30-second timer, it's ticking down. Go from the top. Si je considère qui j'admire, je dirais que mon héros s'appelle Mr. Ennis. C'est un professeur célèbre. Il est grand. Si je considère qui j'admire, je dirais que that box. Mon héros s'appelle Mr. Ennis. C'est un professeur célèbre. Il est grand aussi. Il est. Et voilà le minuteur encore une fois. So guys, you've got 30 seconds. I'm going to keep taking a bit away. Have a little look. This will be the next slide. This is the next slide. This is the next slide. And finally, you'll have to do it all the way to here in 30 seconds for each moment. So prepare yourselves. I'm going to start on the next slide and we'll start again. Alors mes petits, 30 secondes sur le minuteur. 3, 2, 1, allez! Et 10. Et 3, 2, 1, et... Continuez mes petits, allez, 30 secondes encore. Cinq. Et 3, 2, 1, et... Continuez mes petits, on y va. Trois, deux, un, et... Continuez mes petits. I'm going to drop your time to 25 seconds. On y va. Et 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, et... Continuez mes petits. Allez. Et pour la dernière fois, see if you can get all the way to the end. 25 seconds on the clock. Allez. Alors, allez, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, et c'est fini tout le monde. Right, guys, how did you do? Now, this would be a beautiful answer in a speaking exam to who's your hero or who's the person you admire. Absolutely love it. You describe what they look like, you give an example of their adjectives or what they are, and then you give that further example of what they've done. Even better if you're specific here, if you talk about what organization or which people in particular they helped. But this is a really good sentence. Guys, if you did all on this, hopefully this has given you a bit of revision for our key vocabulary. You're going to need it pour la prochaine activité. On y va. Alors maintenant, c'est un contrôle de vocabulaire. Sur la feuille que j'ai attachée à Frog, vous avez la même chose. Regardez le contrôle de vocabulaire pour moi. Et vous savez ce qu'il faut faire pour les contrôles de vocabulaire. Il y a, comme toujours, deux parties. Donc, pour la première partie ici, il faut traduire 1, 2 en anglais. Il faut traduire 3 et 4 en français. Et pour 5, 6, 7, 8, il faut mettre le mot dans la boîte, dans le bon espace. Par exemple, mon masculin, mon héros est quoi? Il écrit les chansons émouvantes. Alors, attention, you've got to understand the whole sentence today. So, what does this mean? Il écrit les chansons émouvantes. So that's an example of this hero being this. It's got to be an adjective. If you do this, what adjective are you? Does it make you déterminé? Does it make you créatif? Does it make you courageuse? Look at the ending. Alors, donc, penser, c'est quel adjectif pour compléter la phrase? Pas défi additionnel. C'est plus facile aujourd'hui, je pense. Alors, il faut traduire numéro 7 et numéro 8 en anglais pour le défi additionnel. Alors, aujourd'hui, 8, c'est la note d'admission aujourd'hui. 9, c'est bien. 10, c'est très bien. 11 sur 11, ce sera parfait, mes petits. Alors donc, put me on pause, guys. I'll give you 4 minutes to do this. If you want to set a timer on your phone for 4 minutes, that would be ideal. Alors donc, vous avez 4 minutes. Bon courage. Quand tu es prêt, recommencez la vidéo. Bon courage, on y va. Et alors mes petits, donc si tu as recommencé la vidéo, tu es prêt pour les réponses. Donc prenez un stylo rouge pour moi tout le monde pour corriger les réponses. Et on y va. Donc le premier, numéro 1, quelqu'un qui est. We've seen this before, right? When un bon ami est quelqu'un qui est. And that's a nice set phrase, but the idea with these set phrases like quelqu'un qui est is you can reuse it. So rather than un bon ami est quelqu'un qui, you could say un héros est quelqu'un qui est beautiful. Use it. Quelqu'un qui est veut dire someone who is. Love that saying. Remember, quelqu'un is someone. Quelquefois is sometimes, et quelque chose is something. This word quelque means some. Love it. Alors donc, numéro 2. Il, elle a lutté pour. Do you remember this verb? Ça veut dire en anglais, he or she has fought for. Lutter is a verb to fight. A really important verb that you have to know. Bon effort si tu as fait le premier deux. Numéro 3 et 4, ils doivent être parfaits pour gagner le note aujourd'hui. Donc, numéro 3, he has worked. Think about both parts of our past tense. You need il a travaillé. You must have both parts to get the mark there. And then I admire him or her. This is a bit of a trick question because in French, you don't say I admire him or her. You say I, him admire or I, her admire. And there's 2 vowels touching. Did you get all this? It should be je l'admire. Voilà, je l'admire. If you put je admire il or je admire elle, that doesn't get the mark today because that means I admire he, I admire she, which is pidgin French and all that. That has got to be je l'admire. That was a nasty one that today. Well done if you got it. If you didn't, don't worry. Alors donc, numéro 5, c'était plus difficile maintenant. Il fallait mettre les mots dans l'espace. Donc le premier, I gave you a little clue here. Mon héros est, my hero is something. Il écrit les chansons émouvantes. He writes emotional songs. So if you write emotional songs, the adjective that matches that is créatif. Il faut être créatif pour faire ça. If you put déterminé, you're determined. I'll accept déterminé, but it's not as good. Donc déterminé marche, ça va, déterminé j'accepte, mais c'est pas idéal. Alors donc, numéro 6, mon héroïne est, elle a pour les droits de femme. Donc, pensez de ce qu'on a. Mon héroïne est, my heroine is. So remember, even though it's feminine, it's mon because H acts as a vowel. So ma changes to mon when you've got a vowel, even if it's feminine. Mon héroïne est, my heroine is something. She has something for the droit. Think about à droite, à gauche. À droite is to the right, à gauche is to the left. Les droits are the rights. Femmes are women. So she's something for the rights of women. My hero is courageuse. She's courageous. This is the only feminine one. Elle a lutté pour les droits de femmes. Qui veut dire my heroine is courageous. She fought for the rights of women. Parfait. All right, guys. So let's do some exam technique. Get rid of all the ones you've used. And then we've got 4 left for our 4 spaces. This should help you out. Donc, numéro 7. Mon héros il a eu les difficultés, mais il les a surmontées. Beautiful French. Mon héros est déterminé. C'est ce qu'il faut dire. I'll translate these later for the extra challenge. Et finalement, moi, Lewis Hamilton, il est de Formule 1 quelque chose. Donc, c'est moi, j'admire Lewis Hamilton. Il est pilote de Formule 1 célèbre, qui veut dire. Alors donc, pour le défi additionnel, for our extra challenge then, we had to translate our last 2. Number 7 says, my hero is determined. Il a eu, this is avoir as past participle, so he has had difficulties, but they has overcome. Voilà, mais il les a surmontés. Surmonter is to overcome. Monter is to go up or to get on something, like you mount a horse in Old English. Sur is on top, so he's gone above getting on, so he's overcome it, is what you'd say in English. Et finalement, numéro 8, me, I admire Lewis Hamilton. He is a Formula 1 pilot. This is how you say driver. He's a Formula 1 driver, famous. It's got to be in that order. And that is those are our 2 extra challenges. You get 2 bonus marks for doing these in English. Donc, bon effort, mes petits. Give yourself a note sur 11. If you've got the 2 extra challenges, you can have a top every fraction of 13 out of 11. Et voilà, ça c'est le maximum. Bon effort, mes petits. Add up what you've got. If you've got under 8 today, you will not be able to do the next few tasks. The readings and the listenings are really advanced. So, under 8, just put this video on pause, go away and do some more memorized work on this section. Like, memorized scores are really low during lockdown. I'm gonna talk to you more about it when it comes to the homework, but get on memorize, practice this vocabulary, and then come back to the lesson. Make sure you're ready. That's what independent learning is. That's what you need to do during lockdown to make sure you are testing your own learning without a teacher there to push you. If you've got over 8 or if you've got 10 or more, you are ready, but it's still going to be a challenge today. Our next task is a nice one. Je vais expliquer en français. Alors mes petits, right, vocabulary is the way to be successful on your listening and reading. The more time you spend on memorize, the more time you know and test your vocabulary, the better your exam skills, but also the better your French. A broad vocabulary is the best way to understand French people. However, in that exam, and when you go to France, you're not going to understand every word and every piece of vocab, but don't worry, this is the real test to see your skill in French. There's some tactics to help you on that exam when you come across a text that's got a lot of unknown language, which is going to happen to all of you, whether you're going for a 9 or a 5, it's all coming. So don't worry, when you look at that exam paper, don't say to yourself, help. You need to say, help. There we go. It's never stuck help, and I don't know why. And what does help stand for? The first one, hold. Never jump straight into a text. When texts are tough, you need to read the questions first. You need to analyze the questions. Most of the time they'll be in English. Sometimes they'll be in French, but both times they'll give you a synopsis, that overview of the text, and it will give you the context, which will help you understand it, and it will make you think about things to look out for. It is worth marks. Never read the text first. Always read and analyze the questions. Annotate those questions. Translate them, maybe write down some vocabulary you think might come up or that you're looking for to help you out, just to get your brain ready to tackle this tough text. In a really difficult text, get your highlighters out and locate. Can you underline where you think the answer is? If you were answering the question, could you justify why you'd put that answer? Go to the text, find the evidence, locate where it is, and finally, prepare for the unprepared. You're not going to understand every word. You might even have to use a bit of vocabulary you don't know in part of your answer. Don't worry. Can you work out the gist? Can you work out what it's trying to say? That is the skill, and that is where you need to be for this exam. if you're at that level where you're working out and giving the answer, that's where you can guarantee that you're going to get a good mark on this part of the exam. Alors mes petits, donc le texte pour aujourd'hui, je vais expliquer toutes les activités en français. Écoutez-moi bien. Alors donc, il y a plusieurs activités aujourd'hui. Ici, on a activité 1. Et regardez le texte, vous avez les personnes différentes. Dans la boîte vert, vous avez Demba. Puis, dans la boîte rouge, vous avez Alison. Dans la boîte orange, vous avez Annie. Et dans la boîte bleue, vous avez Marcus. Alors donc, activité 1 dit, lisez et identifiez, je vais aider, la bonne photo, voilà les photos, pour chaque description. Donc, Demba va décrire la personne qu'il admire. Il faut décider, il décrit quelle personne. A, B, C, U, D. Quelle personne? Dans la boîte, il faut écrire A, B, C, D. Donc, lisez le texte. C'est quelle personne? Personne A, personne B, personne C ou personne D. Ça, c'est activité 1. Activité 2, vous avez les phrases en anglais. Donc, pensez de help before you even look at this text and read the green, red, orange and blue boxes for Demba, Alison, Annie et Marcus. Il faut lire les questions. I would like to be like my hero. It says, qui dit ça? Il faut écrire l'un des noms ici, dans l'espace ici. Donc, I would like to be my hero. Qui dit ça? Est-ce que c'est Demba? Est-ce que c'est Alison? Est-ce que c'est Annie? Ou est-ce que c'est Marcus? Il faut écrire le nom du person à côté. Now, in your help time, think about this. I admire his creativity and his determination. So first off, there's 2 female heroes and 2 males. So that means it's going to be 50-50 already for this one. You need to look for the word creativity and determination. Once you found that, that's your answer. It's good to follow the example of another person. I think that was a bit harder. She was brave when faced with terrible dangers. Okay, I think I can already work out who that's going to be talking about. So think about it. Et trouvez la paire pour moi tout le monde. Et puis, vous savez ce qu'il faut faire ici. This is a really nice text with a lot of vocabulary that you won't know. Donc, here, I've put some really nice words that I found in it. Cherchez dans le texte par le mot ici en français. Et mes petits, donc, j'ai expliqué toutes les activités. Just to tell you now, your extra challenge is down here. It should be on your sheet as well. So from the vocabulary you look for in activity 3, I want you to write about your hero and use at least 3 of the phrases. You can do a very short paragraph if you want, but I want to know about your hero using our new key phrases. Alors mes petits, let's say 10 minutes. Put a timer on your phone for 10 minutes as you're working through this and see how well you do. Put the video on pause. When 10 minutes goes and your timer goes off, recommencez le vidéo and I'll go through the answers and we'll talk about why. Can't wait. Alors, bon courage mes petits. 10 minutes on your timer. Put me on pause now. On y va. Allez. Alors mes petits. Right guys, if you're hearing me now, you've had a go at this reading and you're ready for the answers. So let's have a look at it. Let's go through it together and break it down a little bit. Alors donc, la première chose qu'il fallait faire, c'était de trouver la paire entre les personnes, par exemple Demba, et les personnes ici qu'ils idolisent. Donc, l'héros de Demba est A, B, C, U, D. Let's have a little look. So, mon modèle s'appelle Olivier Rustin. Okay, my hero, my role model is Olivier Rustin. Il est jeune, noir et enfant adopté comme moi. Okay, I already know he is. Il crée des vêtements dans une maison de monde. So, he is young, black and adopted. An adopted child like me. Donc, l'héros de Demba est B. Voilà. Alors, Alison, mon héros est le grand auteur de romans Marc Levy. So, Marc Levy, already a man, so we know who it is. Voilà. Elle idolise D. Voilà, c'est Marc Levy. We'll look at him later. L'héros de Annie. Okay, so there's 2 left. Mon héroïne, c'est ma grande sœur. Elle est travailleuse et intelligente. L'année dernière, elle a terminé ses études à l'université et maintenant, elle est professeure. Okay, so it's definitely a girl. C'est ma grande sœur. I imagine this one's a bit old to be your big sister. And then she says she's a teacher. Et voilà, elle est professeure. So it's got to be A. Et finalement, moi, j'admire André Pell, l'agent rose, une héroïne de la résistance française. Elle a sauvé la vie de centaines de jeunes soldats et aviateurs et a aidé plus de 20 000 personnes. Voilà, donc ça doit être C. This is me, I admire André Pell, or the Pink Agent, a hero of the French resistance during the Second World War. France lost the Second World War within a year. They were completely taken over by the Germans and the Nazis. And you had people who collaborated, les collabos, who sort of went along with it. And you had members of the resistance who carried on fighting and risked their lives to save Jews, to save other people and to fight the Nazis. And André Pell is one of those people as well. Alors donc, voilà, B, D, A, C, c'est les réponses. Have a little look, mark up what you've got. Hopefully you match the people to the right hero. On y va. Alors, la deuxième partie, qui dit ça? On y va. Donc, I would like to be like my hero, c'est Demba. Il dit ici, je voudrais être comme lui. I would like to be like him. Remember, il is he, lui, this word here that I'm coloring in, lui means him. I admire his creativity and determination. C'est Alison, c'est ici. J'admire sa créativité et sa détermination. So remember, you might say, why is it ça? If it's talking about someone who's masculine. It is, Mark is masculine, obviously, but creativity, feminine, determination, feminine, and that's how you know it's feminine. That's why it's feminine here. Alors, it's good to follow the example of another person. C'est Annie, elle dit ici, c'est bien de suivre l'exemple d'une autre personne. I love that in the English and the French, it's so similar. She was brave when faced with terrible dangers. Évidemment, c'est Marcus. Elle était courageuse face à des dangers terribles. He is young, black and adopted like me. C'est Demba, il est jeune, noir et enfant adopté comme moi. Alors, je vais changer les couleurs. My hero is the most famous French author in the world. Voilà, c'est Alison. C'est l'auteur francophone le plus populaire au monde. And this word francophone means French speaking. So you guys are anglophones, you speak English. Francophone is the same thing, means French speaking. Et finalement, my hero saved over 100 people's lives. Évidemment, c'est Marcus ici. Elle a sauvé la vie de centaines de jeunes soldats et aviateurs. Voilà, so she saved the lives of 102 young soldiers and this is another way of saying pilots, aviateur. Remember, it's aviation is flying, so aviateur, pilots. She's an interesting woman. I'll translate the whole of this blue text. She was in a concentration camp in 1944, but the American army liberated or freed the prisoners just before her execution. So there you go. So she was meant to be executed, but the American army liberated the camp. She was courageous, facing terrible dangers. Et voilà, guys, give yourself a mark out of 7. I really like this text. I think it's really interesting. Et voilà, donc, le vocabulaire. Like him is comme lui. Like her is comme elle. So elle means she and her. Be careful of that. The most popular, le plus populaire. Very strong, très fort, comme Mr. Ennis. It's good to follow, c'est bien de suivre. A concentration camp, c'est un camp de concentration. Just before, juste avant. Love that word, juste avant que, love it. Alors, in the face of, face à, and then terrible dangers, danger terrible. Voilà, guys, mark out of 8 for that. And if you've got into the extra challenge, I'm sure you've written some beautiful sentences about your hero. Et alors, right guys, so we've tested your vocabulary to see how well you can talk about heroes. We've tested your reading skills with 4 quite challenging texts. Mais maintenant, let's just push that a little bit further. On va faire une activité d'écoute. Et voilà, donc ici c'est l'activité. Sur la feuille que je vous ai donnée sur Frog, vous avez le site de web qu'il faut visiter. Donc s'il vous plaît, visitez le site de web ici et quand vous faites ça, il va vous demander un code. Donc copiez et collez la code ici. copy and paste it so it's perfect with no spaces and all the capitals, etc. Quand tu fais ça, you should get the listening activity loading up for you to hear. Donc, qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire? Écoutez-moi bien, je vais expliquer. Donc, maintenant, il faut écouter l'enregistrement. 4 jeunes, voilà, 1, 2, 3, 4, ils vont parler d'une personne qu'ils admirent. Il faut noter deux choses tout le monde. La troisième colonne ici, la troisième colonne ici, c'est défi additionnel. Alors, donc, il faut écouter chaque personne. Je veux le nom du personne, le nom de héros ou héroïne ici. Les adjectifs qu'ils utilisent pour décrire le héros. Pour chacun, il y a un numéro ici. Donc, pour personne 1, il faut 4 adjectifs, 4, 5 et 4. Et pour le défi additionnel que j'ai effacé, il dit ce qu'ils ont fait, qui veut dire what they did, ce qu'ils ont fait. What have they done? Expliqué ici. So, won the World Cup. Hid Jews during the war, par exemple. Donc, trouvez et donnez-moi ce qu'ils ont fait, mais ça, c'est la défi additionnel aujourd'hui. Alors, right guys, go on our website, enter that code, see what you can do, people. When you've listened and you've paused it and you've checked your answers, restart this video. I'll go through the transcript, we'll pick out little bits, and then I'll go through the answers. Bon courage mes petits, on y va! Et voilà mes petits, donc ici vous avez la transcription pour person 1 et person 2. S'il vous plaît, put me on pause, have a little read through, check your answers, you can update them if you want. When you think you've got all this, restart the video and I'll go through person 3 and 4. Et voilà mes petits, person 3 et person 4, read through these texts, check your answers, put me on pause when you think you're done, restart the video and I'll go through all the answers. On y va! Alors mes petits, let's have a look. So this is what you need. Person 1 était Bradley Wiggins, also known as Bradley Wiggins, who is travailleur, hardworking, indépendant, independent, amusant, funny, déterminé, determined, and he, if you're going for the extra challenge, he won the Tour de France. He was the first British person to do it for ages, for absolutely ages, but then like Chris Froome won it after him, so another British person has won it since him more than once actually. So il a gagné le Tour de France. He won it in 2012 and it was a big moment. If like it's obviously not on TV this year because Corona, but hopefully it'll be on in September. Watch it because they cycled all over France and you just see how beautiful France is. Like the cycling race is actually quite boring because it's on all day and it's slow, but the scenery and it just looks amazing. I love watching it. I'm going to miss it this year. Anyway, let's carry on with the lesson. Person 2 était Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie to us. So she is intelligent, charmant, charming, genereuse, generous, modest, and she is a famous actress. If you didn't know, she's adopted a lot of kids as well. I'll allow that. I think it talks about that. Person 3 était Emmeline Pankhurst. She is forte, strong, dynamique, like dynamic, indépendant, obvious, courageuse et optimiste. And she won the vote for women. Her and other women won the vote for women. Et finalement, c'était Nelson Mandela. Courageux, brave, optimiste, optimistic, modest, comprehensive, understanding, and he became the president of South Africa. He famously led the ANC against apartheid, which was segregation of black and white people. He was in prison for like 30 years of his life because of his role in that, but he eventually got freed. Don't forget, the British government didn't support Nelson Mandela. Everyone loves him now, but they were actually against him all that time. And there you go, that's what you need to know about the British government. Yeah, right guys, so excellent effort on this, bon effort, mark up what you've got. Le maximum c'est 21, mais 18 c'est bien. Anything over 18 will be a really good score today. 12 or more, we'll accept that. Bon effort. Alors mes petits, bon effort aujourd'hui. There was a lot today, some really challenging French. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've done well. I hope you're feeling confident. Something more for you to enjoy now. Let's look at your homework. Alors mes petits, so if I set this today, this is really coming in next lesson. Because of the way we are and the way coronavirus is, I want to do assessment for module 1, but I want to keep some back for when you're back at school, because the assessment I want to do is what year 10 have done for 4 years now, and that way I can compare your marks to the former year 10s who have sat it, and I know their final GCSE results. So it will just help me with your target grades. We have been given target grades for you when you've been in year 9, but they're not really accurate, and in your cases a lot of the time they're too low. We've got a lot of data now and people have already sat this exam, so for that exam it'll be ideal for me to plot you and compare you, and then Mr. Rudd gives me your target grades, I'll be able to move you up, and obviously Arthur move you down. So what I need to do is keep that exam back. I want to look at another exam, and we will do an assessment while you're in lockdown, but first off I just want to look at pushing you all a bit further in module 1. So what we're going to do next links into module 1, and it's talking about what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do. So when it comes to family relationships and giving examples, we've got some good ones like she borrows my clothes or my mum shouts at me all the time. That's great, but to get the very top marks, which you know we're aiming for, to get a 7, 8 or a 9, just that further development using some language that will really make you stand out is going to make all the difference. So for the next few lessons, I want to study some of that. So if you say you don't get on with your mom because she's too strict, I want to know, and I'll say, well, what can you do? What can't you do? We're going to move on to this language. So it's all on Memrise. Memrise has been really poor over lockdown. I looked at it the other day and I thought it'd be like massive because people have got so much more time, but no one had been on it without me being in school with them. So it is a part of your homework. Make sure you get on it. You can absolutely kill Memrise while you're here and it will really help you. What I've done is I've got all the French here and the English is blank. So you need to go on Memrise, learn it, and then I want you to actually test yourself. You need to be able to fill in this grid because you've been on Memrise and you've learned all this. You need to be able to fill this grid out off by heart without looking anything up. And then you've got some readings about what people can do and they can't do. This is going to kick in next lesson. You can do it before the lesson. You can learn the vocabulary and get it in your heads, and then in the lesson you'll be ahead. Or you can do this after the next lesson. Either way, I'm easy. Make sure you get on this homework, guys. It's going to be crucial to getting a top grade. Alors, ça c'est les devoirs. You've worked really hard today. Any problems, please email me, let me know. I love getting emails from you guys. Alors, hope you're safe and well at home. Enjoy the nice weather. Merci, au revoir, à la prochaine fois.